Hey guys, it's Nick from What I'm Watching, and today we're going to be talking about this film, Mold. As you can see, the artwork is pretty badass in this DVD. It's some of the cooler artwork I've seen in a long time. And of course, it came signed by the director, Neil Machino. I want to thank him for that. That was really cool. So, let's go ahead and get started. Mold came out in 2012, and it was released by Mentally Ill Films, directed by Neil Machino, and the effects were done by Jeremy Sellenfried for a company called Monster in My Closet. Mold is a really cool story about well, first of all, let me say it's kind of a throwback to the 80s horror and the old 80s sci-fi films and such. They had a real 80s feel to it. It kind of went old school with this one and used a lot of practical effects, which, I'm sure a lot of horror fans are going to love because, not many people are fans of CGI. And I gotta say, this film, it was fun. It was a dark comedy with plenty of gore to go around. And basically, the story focuses on, it's supposed to be the war on drugs is on during the Reagan administration. And these scientists come up with this mold, which is supposed to be used to kill, the coca plants over there when, what's his name? Pablo Escobar and all that. And but there's one problem: the mold just doesn't stop at killing plants. It actually, gets on people and kills them too. And that of course is a big problem. So these scientists are coming up with this special mold, and of course the military steps in and wants to use it as a weapon. And somebody, one of the doctors, makes a little side deal with this shady character and sabotages one of the little suits that they wear when they're experimenting with it. So, this congressman and this his little pussy assistant and this colonel and this crazed military, guy that comes with the colonel, they all are there visiting these scientists to see a demonstration of this mold, and one of the suits is sabotaged, so there's an outbreak, and it kind of starts spreading among all the people there. And so they're stuck inside this building, and this mold's spreading fast, and the mold, as it starts, it spreads with extreme quickness, and there's tons of gore, lots of good gross out effects. The action keeps moving pretty fast, and there's lots of humor. The acting is good. The acting's well done, but everything's kind of done with a grain of salt, so to say. There's a lot of they don't take themselves too seriously. It's not bad like a trauma movie or anything like that, but it's actually kind of a slapstick movie. But it was a lot of fun, and my favorite character, of course, was the Colonel, because like every 5 minutes he's like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That's his catchphrase, and I just thought it was so funny how he kept saying it over and over again. And it felt like an 80s film, and I think the director was kind of set out for that tone, and he achieved it. And they set it up for a sequel, actually, which is really cool, because I'd like to see another one of these movies made. But like I said, Mentally Ill Films put this out, and I ordered mine directly from Neil. He's on Facebook. You can contact him, and I asked him to sign mine, and he did without a problem, which was really cool of him. It was under $20. I don't remember the exact price, but it came in a really cool green case, to go along with the mold, and the artwork is just awesome. I haven't seen cool artwork like that in a while. So if you haven't seen Mold, I highly suggest you check it out. On a 1 to 5, I'd give it a 4. It's got good laughs, it's got good action, it's got good effects, and it's fun. So give it a watch. Now, I got a little extra something I want to talk to you guys about. I was contacted by a Nikki Chatwin, who runs Sick Bunny Films, and he is a beginning filmmaker, and he asked me to check out some of his stuff, and I did. The first one was a short film called 15-05-08. I guess that's supposed to be like a date or something, but it's like a found footage home invasion slasher kind of film. Basically, it's a bunch of kids at home sitting there, and they notice that a house, one of their neighbors who's supposed to be out of town, someone's inside their house poking around. So they're eyeballing and checking it out. Well, unfortunately for them, the person that's in the house notices that they're being watched. And, well, one thing leads to another. Person ends up inside their house, and dude starts taking out the kids. There's nothing too exceptional about this one, but it was a fun watch. The mask that the killer wore was kind of creepy, and it set a premise for bigger and better projects to come. I also checked out 2 micro shorts, My Neighbor Dave and Tools of the Trade. My Neighbor Dave looked very promising. Shows a guy coming home from work, sitting there chilling out, and just watching TV. He just looks like a normal dude. He's getting a can of dog food ready. Puts dog food in a little dish, and next thing you know, he shoves the dog food out the door. Well, there's a half-naked chick chained up, and that's who the dog food's for, and then it cuts off, and there's a little cool song at the end about the neighbor, and it was cool. I got a kick out of that. Tools of the Trade was just basically a micro short showing a guy setting up all his tools, a bunch of power tools, and he's wearing a mask, and he's definitely not going to be using those for a Home Depot project, to catch my drift. They've also got another short film in development called Campside Slasher 2, the video game. And it's kind of interesting looking. It's set up like a video game, and it shows you running through and selecting weapons, and like one of the things that says you walk up on this dude with long hair and it says stoner, and you kill him, and like I said, I only saw shorts for most of these, so there wasn't a whole lot for me to review, but I gotta say that the Chatwin and his friends at Sick Bunny got some good stuff going on, and I think we'll see some cool stuff out of them. They do have a YouTube page for Sick Bunny Films, and on that page you can also link to their Facebook. So give them a check, give them a look, check them out. The future of horror starts with us, and starts with guys like this. So we need to support and encourage our independent filmmakers. So Mold was awesome. 2 thumbs up. Definitely a good movie. Smoke a blunt too. Check it out. Nikki Chatwin, Sick Bunny Films. Definitely a lot of talent there, and I think a lot of good things to come in the future from them. So my name is Nick. I hope you enjoyed this episode of What I'm Watching, and we'll have some really good stuff coming up in the future for you. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.